Hello and welcome to Club 6, episode 15 of the Pentagon Challenge on FM24. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode, 2 games for you in the J1 League. We'll be away to Fagiano Okayama. I'll then play Blaublitz Akita in the J1 League Cup off camera and bring you back for the home game against Consadole Sapporo. So let's get straight into it, and the team to face Fagiano Okayama is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team to face Fagiano Okayama, and it is Lima in goal, back four is Chano, Bengu, Richards and Rogerio. Oba behind Uno and Yuyama in midfield. Satake on the left, Taguchi on the right, Hladky up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is recommending that the players try and get the media off their backs. I'm not sure they'll be on their backs now because we've overcome a miserable run of form to win our last 3 games. So I'm going to say point the finger. We're favourites. Go out there, make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. And let's go and do it. So we'll kick the match off. As always, first 10 minutes, we'll see how things go. And I will react accordingly. And it is our opponents with the first attack. Lima with the save from the effort on goal. Another corner, which Comey will take. So another right-footed in-swinger. This one's headed clear. Satake beaten to it. And the shot is over the top. And it's a goal kick. I'm going to demand more. This is not the start we were looking for on this game. As you can see in the league table, we are, as it stands, 4 points behind Vissel Kobe. But they've got a massive 3 games in hand. So we are miles away from challenging them for the league title at the moment. A win here would certainly help, as Kawaguchi brings the cross in, and Tsunemori has given Fagiano Okayama the lead. And it is Fagiano 1, Nagoya Grampus 0. So, demand more. Oba with the ball to Uno. Crosses halfway, plays it into Hladky. Hladky goes for the chip, and it lands on the roof of the net. So we haven't been firing today at all. And as you can see, actually, statistically, we probably deserve to be level. But we could be about to go 2-0 down, and would have done, but for an amazing save from Lima in our goal. So defensively, we're all over the show, but the goalkeeper is having a fine game. And it's Bengu and Chano that are letting us down. Uno with a free kick into the opponent's box. It's headed away. Taguchi clips it in. And the header from Bengu is over the top. And the highlight comes to an end. It looks like we're going to go in at half-time with a 1-goal deficit, which is a long way from ideal. As Umar takes the free kick to Kawaguchi. And they work it back to Umar. Kawaguchi. Infield to Tomizawa. Kawaguchi. And now Sato down the left-hand side. Sato's cross. Header away. Comey picks it up. Pulls it back to Tomizawa. Tomizawa's cross. And Sato with the finish. And Fagiano Okayama lead 2-0. And we're all over the place. This is not good enough. So into the dressing room. I'm going to thrash the arms. Terrible. And we're going to have to make multiple changes. It's a question of what we've got on the bench that's fit enough to actually come on. Kobayashi can come on the right hand side. we don't really need a right-hand-sided player to come on. Although what we could do is take Hladky off and then put Taguchi up front and do that. Although actually, let's do it that way round. I'm also going to take off Yuyama and bring on Suzuki. And also, what else can we do? Let's get Ruggiero off. In fact, let's not get Ruggiero off. He's going to have to stay on. So that will do for now. And let's demand more. And see if we can crank the pressure up on our opponents. Satake now with a free kick. And I'm not sure what he's got lined up. I think he's going to go for a cross. But the keeper's a long way over. In fact, he's laid it off. And Ruggiero is there to finish it off. And it is 2-1. So we're back in it. And now I think I need to encourage the boys. But it is Leandro with our opponent's corner. And Bunai makes it 3-1. Restores their 2-goal lead. And now, right, Chano, you need to come off. Even though we've got no one suitable to bring on. We'll bring on Fujita. Doesn't help. As we don't have any left backs available to come on. So I think what we're going to have to do is put Fujita into centre back. And play without a left back for now. It's mad, but it might be the only option we've got. And next up, I am going to take off Taguchi, I think. In fact, no, Ruggiero needs to come off. So we'll bring on Arita. In fact, we won't. We'll bring on Takasaki for Ruggiero. I've not lost my mind. We're going to do a tactical rejig. And then Takasaki will go up front. So let's move you over. And then the right back can go up front as a... Yeah, we'll do him as a deep line 4. In fact, let's do it as an advance forward on attack and have 2 of them up there. Confirm that. And see if we can manage to find a way through. Bengu now into Kobayashi. It's laid off to Oba. All the way back to Fujita. Oba out to Satake. And Uno puts the ball in the back of the net. And it is 3-2. We've got 15 minutes to salvage a point. As Inaba takes the kick off. Sato back to Kawaguchi. Into Tomizawa. Finds Nishijima, who outpaces Oba. Oba gets back but doesn't manage to win it. Although we have managed to eventually clear it. And VAR has given a penalty by the looks of it. Although they've asked the ref to have a look. And what's he going to do? He's pointing to the penalty spot. So no sooner have we got it back to 1 goal deficit than they've got a chance to make it 2 again. And it is Inaba. And he sends the keeper the wrong way. Makes it 4-2. And consigns us to a defeat. So we'll demand more. And as you can see, we have dropped all the way down to 7th in the table. And we are nowhere near title challengers this season, as Sato finds Tsunemori. Tsunemori plays it back to Bunai. Long ball forward, finds Inaba. It's worked out to the right, but Bengu is there to intercept. Plays it forward. Satake to Uno. And that's given away. Sato over the top, but Fujita cuts it out. Bengu to Oba. And it's worked through to Takasaki. Back to Richards. Fujita to Bengu. Plays it out to the left wing for Satake. Satake into Uno. Lays it back to Oba. And he hits the crossbar and it goes over the top. It remains 4-2. And time is very much not in our favour. We've got 4 minutes of added time. And we need 2 goals just to salvage a point. And we get no goals at all full time. Fagiano Okayama 4. Nagoya Grampus 2. I'll be back with the second match of today's episode in just a moment. Okay, well, following that surprising loss in the first game of the episode, we put out a heavily rotated team in the cup and managed to get a 3-0 win. So now it's on to the second game of today's episode, a home game against Consadole Sapporo. Team for this one is Lima in goal, back 4 of Chano, Bengu, Kawase and Shugio. Oba behind Uno and Suzuki in midfield, Ogachukwu on the left, Hladki on the right and Takasaki up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is once again suggesting they should get the media off their backs. I think that's probably valid this time, so we'll pump the fists and tell them that. And let's go. So we'll kick the match off. And once again, we'll give it 10 minutes, see how things go. And then we will react accordingly. And it is Chano with the throw in. Ogachukwu back to Bengu. Oba plays it back to Kawase. Into Oba again. Goes right to Shugio. Plays it into the feet of Hladki, who's dropped very deep. Suzuki round the corner to Takasaki. Uno to Ogachukwu. He's lost out. And our opponents have it, but in their own half. That's a terrible back pass, and Takasaki is forced to concede the corner. And Ogachukwu will take it. Left-footed in-swinger to the near post, which is headed away. Takasaki plays it forward for Ogachukwu. And he's offside. And the highlight will come to an end. So we will demand more. And hopefully we can get a nice early goal as Shugio finds Hladki, who I do want to move up front at some point. Crossfield ball, looking for Uno. In fact, it's gone over his head and it's gone to Ogachukwu. Played back to Bengu inside his own half. Chano into Ogachukwu. Back with Bengu. Uno to Oba. Plays it into Suzuki. Back to Kawase. Suzuki to Shugio. Continues his run and finds Suzuki. And he finds the back of the net. Fumiya Suzuki makes it Nagoya Grampus 1. Consadole Sapporo 0. And that is a good start considering the indifferent form we've been in. And now it's Bengu with a free kick. Plays it short to Oba. Oba gives it back to Bengu. Uno plays it back to Bengu. Into Suzuki, but he's been sold short. And the shot, thankfully, is weak and straight at Lima. And the highlight comes to an end. So now, Shugio down the right-hand side. Back heels it to Hladki. It's laid off to Oba. And Uno finds Ugachukwu. And it's deflected for a corner, which Ugachukwu himself will take. So it's a left-footed in-swinger to the centre of the goal. It's headed away. Takasaki into Ugachukwu. Back to Takasaki, but Ugachukwu is offside and the highlight breaks down. And now, I think at half-time, I am going to put Ugachukwu up front. He's not really suited, not Ugachukwu, Hladki. And I'm going to take Ugachukwu off. As it's laid to Uno. He's hit the inside of the post. And now Oba to Uno. And now it's Chano with the throw-in. Into Uno. Holds it up. Finds Chano. Ugachukwu. Shoots. And shoots too high. The highlight will come to an end. We're into the closing moments of the first half. Just a 1-goal lead. But we've been much the better team. Shugio now with a throw-in. Finds Kouassi. Oba. Plays it into Ugachukwu. Back to Bengu. And Uno is dispossessed with a sliding challenge. Uchida comes forward with it for our opponents. Nobody can quite live with his pace. He's found Uemura. And we get it clear, but only partially to Mura. But the highlight comes to an end. And that's half-time. It is 1-0. So let's go in the dressing room. Going well, capable of even better. Exactly the right thing to say. So now, let's get Hladki up front. Let's get Takasaki off. And Taguchi on. And also, can we get Ugachukwu off? We can. We can bring Satake on. So we're going to do that. And that will do for now. So into the second half. And let's demand more. And see if we can manage to find a second goal to make things a little more comfortable. I'm just going to tell Chano to ease off tackles as soon as I can. As Shugio finds Suzuki. Taguchi, Suzuki. Hladki is in. Hladki slams it into the back of the net. The referee's got his finger to his ear. So VAR is checking for an offside. There is an offside. The goal's disallowed. It remains 1-0. And now, let's tell Chano to back off in terms of his tackling. So what do I need? Player instructions. Edit the role. Ease off tackles. And that'll do. So confirm that. As the ball goes out of play for a corner. And the highlight comes to an immediate end. So we don't get to see it. And now the question is, what should my next substitution be? And I think I'm going to take Uno off. And we'll bring on Uyama. As Taguchi plays it back to Shugio. Plays it into Taguchi. Taguchi to Shugio. Who steps inside, fires a shot. And Shugio's shot goes in. I suspect it might have had a slight deflection. But as it was on target, it's his goal. And it is Nagoya Grampus 2, Consadole Sapporo 0. We finally got that little bit of breathing space we wanted. So my next change is going to be Bengu. And Fujita will come on. And I think that's probably it. I don't know if we're allowed any more anyway. We are, in fact. So I might bring Arita on for the last couple of minutes just to give him a run out. And to give our star man up front a little bit of a rest. Shugio to Suzuki. Oba into Yuyama. And the referee's given a penalty, but he's been asked to have a look at it by VAR. Is it going to be overturned? I thought it was possibly a penalty. And the verdict is now about to be delivered. Penalty given. And it is Suzuki that's going to take it. So he steps back. And the keeper's had it hit straight at him. He's made a comfortable save. And it's now a corner. Yuyama with the in-swinging corner. To the near post, headed away. Taguchi to Yuyama. Back to Taguchi. And it's offside against Yuyama. So the goal won't count. And that should be that. There's the full-time whistle. Nagoya Grampus 2, Consadole Sapporo 0. I'll be back to show you the league table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode in just a moment. Okay, here is the league table. As you can see, following today's episode, we are in 4th place with 9 wins, 5 draws and 5 defeats from 19 games. So 32 points on the board, 7 points adrift of the league leaders, Vissel Kobe, but Vissel have 3 games in hand on everybody below them, including us. So we are nowhere near title challengers at this point. So with that in mind, let's have a look at when we're going to come back. And I am going to bring you back in August, so the other side of the mid-season break, but I'm not going to show you the game against Vissel Kobe. There's no point. We'll probably lose, and we're not in a title race with them anyway. So I'm going to show you Urawa Red Diamonds away and the home game against our old club, Kashima Antlers. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.